We're going to go over the journal page today. And the first thing I want to mention is that there are going to be many mistakes in this video. This is probably my 10th attempt at this, and I'm getting tired, and I'm just a real person. So you take what you want from this video, and if you have any questions, please reach out. The first thing we're going to look at is the date. And the reason I didn't put dates in or have this as a dated journal is because I want you to be in control of how often and when you use it. A lot of people, once they have a date put to something, there is an avoidance that comes up. And I don't want people to avoid this or have this as another task on their list of things to do. So put the date in if you want. If you don't want, that's okay too. Just starting the process is being in the now. The next part is about mood. And what I want people to do is to just sit with themselves and take a breath and really look at what is your mood today. And you may have different things going on. So you may be excited about something, nervous about another, angry, upset. So what are your top 2 or 3 moods? Or maybe even your top one? What is the mood or emotion that you notice is most sitting with you in that moment? Just jot that down. You're not going to get a journal or planner from a therapist or a psychologist that doesn't allow you just space to sit with your mood. The next section is the most exciting section to me, and that is the free association mind dump. This is where we get to clarify and put all of our thoughts onto the page. In the book, I mention that there is a static that I carry as a person with ADHD. There's just a constant noise and chatter and voices and conversations that go on in your head. If you give yourself just a moment in the day to put down any thoughts, there is no right or wrong way. Just everything and anything that can come to mind. It can be profound, it can be silly, it can be something that is on your mind that you don't want to forget, that you thought of yesterday, that keeps coming back to mind. This is a space to just put it into words on a page so that you can be free of those words in your head for that moment. When you do that, when you come to the end of this free association space, I want you to look at things that are memories and imaginings. At the beginning of the journal, I explain how living in the now is giving yourself the space to be free of things that are memories. So there are things that have happened in the past. You want to get rid of those. And things that you're imagining. So things that are happening in the future that haven't happened yet. Clarify them. Make those thoughts that came up a memory or something you're imagining. So a memory might be, oh, I was really upset that so-and-so said something to me. Just jot that down and remind yourself, okay, that's a memory. You might be worried about whether you paid a bill or if you remembered to make a phone call. That's something in the future. That's something you want to put in a space in the future so that you can be in the now. We're going to relay that as an imagination. So that gets put there. So the memory might be what so-and-so said to me. The imaginings might be, oh, did I pay that bill? And then one little more space for gratitude and grievance. I love the idea of gratitude journals, but I think there's also space for being ticked off and irritated and complaining. There's nothing wrong with complaining as long as it's not constant. Nobody wants to hear somebody be grateful all the time, and nobody wants to hear somebody complain all the time. So this is your space. In the gratitude, it might be, you know what, I'm really thankful that I have friends and people to talk to, even though sometimes I get stuck on what they said. And a grievance may be, man, I really am not happy with my job. I'm constantly worrying about bills. That might be something that kind of tunes you into where you're at during the day. Then this idea of clarification, getting it all out, getting the words onto the page, understanding what is a memory, what's in the future, will pull you into the now. And this is the section for your intuitive practice, whatever it is, whether you are interested in I Ching or tarot or any kind of oracle cards. That's lovely. If you like to pray and you like to just listen to the voice that comes up for you, that's lovely too. You might not believe in any of this, and that's perfectly fine. This is still a space where I ask people to clear their mind, take a breath, and what comes up. So even if you don't practice any particular mystical path, you might just clear your mind, take a breath, what comes up? I have to call my grandmother. Okay, fine. That may be the intuition, the inspiration, and the direction for your day. what other practices you have now this space to connect it to all the thoughts that were just coming up in your free association space. Then we move down into today and tomorrow. These are the planning stages, and this is where the essence of the planner comes in. And this is where I look at planners and journals much differently. I never want people to have task lists or to-do lists that are burdensome. What I want people to remember are these are simply spaces to not forget. If you can write down the things you want to do today and things you may think you want to do tomorrow, you have a space now where you're not going to forget them. They're in writing, and that's all that matters. You can come back to it during the day to see, I forgot, did I want to clean the refrigerator? Did I need to take a walk today? Was I trying to drink more water? Did I want to take a nap? These things that keep us sustained and keep us going. So please, in this journal, allow your space to be that of remembering what you want to do, what you're planning to do, not what you have to do today. Particularly for those of us with ADHD or other neurodivergencies, once we're told to do something, we don't want to do it. And it doesn't matter who's telling us to do it, it can be us. So if you're the kind of person who just simply doesn't want to do something because somebody told you to, this is not that space. All this is a space to remember what you wanted to do. It's like a little red thread around your finger like they used to do. And lastly, now I know. This is a space for a final assessment, looking over what were memories, what were imaginations, what am I thankful for, what am I kind of not thankful for, what was my mood like, and how do these all tie together in that space of intuition. Now I know, and some of the examples I gave may be, I get a little hung up on what people talk about, and I'm a little bit worried about finances, but in the end, I still just need to call my grandmother. It's just that space of let me connect with the people that love me and care about me today, regardless of what was going on in the past and what I'm worried about in the future. In the now, I can connect with this person who loves me. Those are just examples, and I just wanted to run through the page. I would love for any of you that have questions or comments or would like more information about this actual journal page, send me a message. You can email me, send me a message, however you're comfortable getting in touch. But for today, that's the journal page.